Hi guys, how's it going? This is the Kitchen Fairy with another recipe vlog, and for today's recipe it is from Hungary and it is called Szilvásgombóc. It is a plum dumpling and it is sweet. Check out the full video and I'll see you soon again. Bye! So this is 5 large potatoes. Skin and slice them, and skin, rinse and slice them and boil them with a little bit of salt until they are tender. Drain the potato from the water and now we're gonna mash it. Gonna cool it to room temperature before we proceed making the gombots. Crack 2 whole eggs into the bowl of mashed potato with 1 teaspoon of salt. We're gonna mix it. Then we're gonna add enough flour. So you're gonna start with 1 cup of flour first. You want to produce a dough that is soft or tender to the touch. So it's not too firm, but also not too soft, but tender and nice to the touch. Again, start with 1 cup first. You can use your hand, obviously. Enough flour until it produces a nice dough. So it's about 2.5 cup of flour. Again, you want a nice dough but soft to the touch, so not too firm like bread dough, but a nice soft potato dough like this. So nice tender dough like this. In Hungary we refer this tender dough, soft dough, as puha, so it's nice. You don't want a dough like, you know, elastic like bread dough, not like that. It's just different when it's potato dough for this gombots or dumpling. Now for the filling, I have a box of plum here that we gonna, this is 2 pounds of plum, 1 kilogram of plum. We're gonna rinse it, pat it dry, and then we're gonna halve it and remove the stones like so. Now we are ready for our dough. Divide dough into 4 portions and then roll flat each portion between 2 parchment paper. You don't need the parchment paper, but you need generous flour on your working surface. I like it with flour and parchment paper so it's not sticky, because again we don't want too much flour into the batter or dough itself, because it's gonna be too firm. We want a puha or tender dough, so the trick is flour it and between 2 parchment paper and roll it flat into rectangle. Another trick is that what my husband's late grandmother used is that once the dough became, she let it rest for an hour at room temperature or half hour in the fridge, but I'm too lazy. So now that it's flattened, we're gonna divide it into rectangles. So we're just gonna slice it. You can use a knife or pizza cutter. Place some of brown sugar on the rectangle. Sprinkle with some cinnamon powder, ground cinnamon. My husband is learning Indonesian in the background, so you might hear some Indonesian conversation going on. And then place 1 or half of the plum. And then we're gonna pull each sides of the dough into center, shaping into a round dumpling like so. Now we're gonna bring a pot of water, about 2.5 to 3 liters. And excuse my browning pan. We're just gonna bring this to boil before we drop in our dumplings. While water is boiling, we're gonna fry our breadcrumbs. So this is about 3 tablespoons of peanut oil. You can use any kinds of vegetables oil, canola, corn oil, peanut oils, but definitely not olive oils. You can use it, but I just don't like the flavor of olive oil for this dumpling, so I'm using peanut oil at the moment for today. In that peanut oil, we're gonna brown about 300 grams of breadcrumbs. So you want to brown the breadcrumbs. Best if you can find white breadcrumbs. My breadcrumbs comes with black speckles here and there. It's an Italian brand. We saw this brand that we never seen before, so we said let's give a try, but turns out it has black speckles everywhere. Now that the breadcrumbs are nicely brown, we're gonna set to side while we boil the dumpling. Once water boiling, drop the dumplings. We want to boil the dumplings until they are floating. Once dumpling floating, take out with slotted spoon and roll it onto our breadcrumbs. Coat dumpling with breadcrumbs and ready to be served.